welcome to another Betfred Sports video right here in the Quest Media Network studio. Now on today's video we are going to start with the Women's Euros 2022 because England have secured their place in the semi-final, coming from a goal behind to beat Spain 2-1. Peter, fantastic result for the Lionesses, and now they are in the semi-final.
Yeah, you say great result, and it was a great result, but I don't think they played particularly well. I thought Spain were playing them off the park for at least 70 minutes there. They looked very, very neat on the ball, but that bulldog spirit saw the Lionesses through. It was two United players who came off the bench to create the equaliser, and then that fantastic goal from Stan Wade settled it. I mean, that was a wonderful goal. Yeah. 25 yards out to blast it in from there. She's from Cumbria, and she joined City, and now she plays her team in Germany. But what an absolute talent she is. And as you say, it's all depends on next Tuesday now when they play the winners of the game tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. More locally though, looking at Ella Toone, plays for Manchester United. She's the player that drew the Lionesses level. Fantastic goal for her. It's going to improve her confidence.
Yeah, it's a case of the coach now whether she's going to stick with the team that finished or the team that started. I'd stick with the team that finished, frankly, because for the last 20 minutes they really piled it on, and then in extra time got the deserved winner. But Betfred have England 13-8 now, outright favourites to win the competition. Germany in second place 9-4, France 7-2. Sweden, who are playing Belgium tonight for the right to play England in the semi-final, they're 11-2. Holland 14-1, and Belgium, the big outsiders, 100-1. Beth Mead is 2-5 to pick up the Golden Boot. One of the United players, Rosso, she's 16-1 to do likewise and win the Golden Boot.
Brilliant stuff. And on Saturday, of course, it's the other quarter-final. We've got France taking on the Netherlands. France are priced at 8-11. The draw's 11-4. And for Netherlands to progress into the semi-final, they are priced at 7-2. Well, we're going to move into some Betfred Super League news now. And Wigan were well beaten by Leeds last night. Peter, how does that affect the odds?
Well, surprisingly, it hasn't affected them too much. They're still second favourites to win the grand final outright. But St Helens are now evens favourites. Wigan 3-1, Catalans 4-1, Huddersfield 10-1. A lot of the money's now going on Salford though, because they could actually sneak into the top six finish, playoff position. And that could happen this weekend. They could get ahead of both Hull teams. Hull KR 100-1, but Salford 150-1 to win the grand final, which is great price really when you consider that Warrington, who are below them, are 33-1. So a lot of money's going on Salford now because of that very tempting price. Warrington play Hull KR at the Halliwell Jones tonight. They're 4-11 to win, so that'll help Salford. And then Matty Jones is 8-1 to score the first try. Salford, now they've got such an easy game this weekend, or on paper it looks easy. They're at Toulouse, who have rallied somewhat. They're second from bottom still, but Toulouse 11-10, Salford 4-5, so very, very little there to change between those two teams. And then on Sunday we've got Wakefield, who are bottom of the table, looking doomed. They're playing against St Helens, so can only see one result there. St Helens victory, and in fact Saints are 1-7 with Betfred to go on and do that.
Toulouse really struggling after promotion from the Championship last season, but the Warrington Wolves, they've been the surprise package. They're struggling as well, really up and down, and following the defeat last week, Darryl Powell, the coach, actually described his players as playing dumb.
Yeah, he did, yeah. That was a classic quote, that. He said they were done at the beginning, dumb at the end. So they were pretty dumb, weren't they? Yeah. But they were struggling. They're such an up and down team, Warrington. One week they can play fantastically well, like when they beat Catalans, and then the next week they just get played off the park. It's just embarrassing. He has got a real tough job on there as Darryl Powell. He's such a grand fellow as well. I've spoken to him several times, and I think he's taken on more than he can chew there. But they won't move him on. I mean, he's building a new team. So you can see them coming strong once they survive this year's Betfred Super League.
Yeah, absolutely. The Wire have been inconsistent this season, to say the least. Well, we're going to move into the Betfred World Match Play Darts now. Michael van Gerwen, the favourite to win the tournament. He's priced at 15 to 8. Peter, firstly, what have you made of the tournament so far?
Well,
I know that Betfred are proud sponsors of it.
Yeah, we are proud sponsors. It's been packed at the Winter Gardens in every single session. It's a fantastic spectacle. And as you say, Michael van Gerwen, he's 15 to 8 to go on and win it. Dimitri van der Berg, he's 11 to 4. Price is 7 to 2. They're the main three basically. So it's all to play for in the next few days. We're at the semi-final stage now.
Yeah, we certainly are. So a lot of entertaining action coming up over the next few days. Well, just finally, we're going to move into some political news now. If you've been watching these videos over the past few weeks, you'll know that we've been touching up on it. And it keeps flip-flopping, Pete, between Liz Truss and Rishi Sunak. But Liz Truss apparently is having loads of money thrown on her at the moment.
Well, I did think that once it reached the stage where it went to the grassroots supporters, and it's just reached that point now, the ballot papers will be going out over the next few days, and it is down to the last two, which are Liz Truss, the Foreign Secretary, and Rishi Sunak, the ex-Chancellor. There's been a YouGov poll saying that Liz Truss will trounce Sunak, and that's reflected in the betting. Betfred have Liz Truss 2 to 5 to be the next Conservative leader and therefore the next Prime Minister, and Rishi Sunak, he's 2 to 1. Her tax changes are much more appealing to the Conservative voter. That's what's swinging it her way. Rishi Sunak is still trying to shred his deep involvement with the economy of the previous regime, or the current regime, if you like. He's trying to shred all that, but he's struggling to do so because he can hardly change the way that he's taxed us all quite heavily to pay for the COVID. He can't change his mind now. He's in the election campaign for it to be the new leader. What has surprised us is the support for Boris Johnson to go on the ballot paper. There are moves behind the scenes and a petition been started up that he should be number 3 on the ballot papers. Very, very unlikely. In fact, I would say it's not going to happen. But we are having bets on it, and he's 500 to 1 to resume, i.e. win the Tory leadership election again, and therefore be Prime Minister. 500 to 1. We've had a few bets on it. The odd pound and £10 being punted on that. But it seems like to me that it's not going to happen at all, because the ballot papers are being printed as we speak, and they'll be going out at the beginning of next month in August.
Well, there you go then. As Peter just said then, Liz Truss, the current favourite with Betfred to become the next Conservative leader, and that of course will make her the Prime Minister. Well, just to recap, we've got a few football fixtures coming up over the weekend. In the quarterfinals, we've got Sweden taking on Belgium. That's taking place tonight. And then on Saturday, we've got France hosting the Netherlands. And we've also got the Betfred World Match Play Darts. That's coming up over the next few days. And in a Betfred Super League, we've got Hull FC taking on the Castleford Tigers. That's tonight. And also tonight, we've got the Warrington Wolves hosting Hull KR. And if you do fancy a punt on any of those fixtures, Betfred stores are now open, but you can also bet online via their app.